Hey y'all, what's up? You are tuned in to another episode of Room Reveal TV. I am Taylor B. If this is your first time watching me, welcome. Come on in here and sit down. Act like you got a little sense. While we here, we like the video. So go ahead. I'm gonna give you a little time to like the video. Yeah, you like it. Thank you. You can go back and dislike it later, and then you can jump in the comments and we can tussle with words, of course. Also, share the video. Don't be selfish. I don't like no selfish bitch. Don't be no selfish bitch. Share this video. So your sister, your cousin, your best friend, your brother, your enemy, all of them. So everybody has an opinion. Let your friends have an opinion too. Selfish? I don't like that. And finally, subscribe. Girl, it's free. Ain't that your favorite price? Because it's my favorite price. I love free. It's my favorite. Subscribe. It's free. So that every time I upload, you can be notified and you can meet me right back here so we can get into all the celebrity gossip. So, let's get started now. I got a few comments on a few things. So we're going to talk about a few different topics today. Before I get started, Ice-T made a great post on IG, and I want to start with that. It's easy to make the streets think you're a gangster. It's hard to convince the feds you're not. Woo! Wise words. Wise words. Because, baby, I am not a gangster. Not a gangster. Don't want to be. Never want to be in that conversation. Unfortunately, it is a really tragic and unfortunate situation that YSL, Youngthug, Gunna, and even Casanova have gotten themselves in, and I'm sure countless other men of color. The RICO charge was enacted in 1970, and initially, the government created this charge to kind of go after the mob or the mafia. So what a RICO charge does is it gives the government a blanket kind of to put over an organization of crime. So like I write hood romance or hood books, like, those type of stories. So a lot of my characters are in the streets. They're part of the street life, and there's levels to it. Those type of situations get you a RICO charge, unfortunately. And with a RICO charge, the government it gives them a blanket to be able to move. So they can move freely and they can indict you. Like, for instance, the head mob boss, he's not talking to a guy on the corner. He's not. He has no reason to talk to you. He's not touching drugs. He's not a part of the day-to-day. He's chilling. But with a RICO charge, they can charge the worker who is hands-on with that product, drug, or whatever the criminal enterprise is consistent of. They can charge that person the same as the boss, because the boss is giving the order. They can charge him the same. That's what the RICO Act does. Because before that point, it was no way to charge Pookie on the corner the same as you could charge, say, Frank Lucas. So that's what it's about. Unfortunately, a lot of our men of color get caught up in these sorts of crimes. And, if you're allegedly, reports are saying that YSL, or Young Slime Life, the gang that they're accusing Youngthug of creating and maintaining for all these years, they are pinning them with 50 murders in the city and surrounding cities of Atlanta. And I don't know how true or false that is, but those 50 people had families, I'm sure, and those families deserve justice. So I'm not going to say free Youngthug, free Gunna. I'm not saying that. Free Casanova. I'm not saying any of that, because I don't know if those people are guilty or not. What I can say is that I don't believe that excessive sentences, like 60-year sentences, for what I consider minute crimes, are okay. I don't believe that. And again, I'm not a judge. I'm not a juror. I'm not gonna be on nobody's jury. I don't know if these people are guilty or innocent. And it's not my place to know. All I can tell you is when you live by the sword, that's how you gonna die. You gonna die by that motherfucker too. Keep your people in prayer and uplifted. And if you are in the streets, find a way to get out of the streets. Go to school, get a regular job. You know, nobody wants to be considered corny in this day and age, but baby, I'd rather be corny and alive than popular and that nigga and dead or behind bars. Just saying. Next topic. So I know everybody heard about the Astroworld fiasco. Tragic situation, very unfortunate. Some people lost their lives. I am terribly sorry. My heart goes out to them. But this most recent story, it bothers me, and I'm sorry. If you don't like it, don't like my opinion, let's tussle in the comments with words, of course. But let's get in the comments and let's talk it out. So there's a woman that is suing Travis Scott because she had a miscarriage after being trampled at Astroworld. Now, do I think that this is okay? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think it's okay. She's charging with a wrongful death. It's an Ohio woman. She filed a wrongful death lawsuit against him. I'm really sorry to this woman. That is, no woman should have to experience that. And any woman that has, my heart goes out to you. You know, I send you healing prayers and love and light in that situation, in those situations. I do. But does any artist go into a concert with the plan? Like, it could be a stampede. It could be... I'm not sure that they do. But, you know, it's just an unfortunate situation. I don't think anyone is necessarily at fault or to blame. Travis Scott was on stage doing what you all paid him to do. And there was security there. I think this situation has spiraled out of control. And I don't think that you should be able to sue people for your decisions because you had a choice. You could have attended or not attended. I'm sorry. That's really all I got on that. I didn't like that. And I don't even like Travis Scott. I don't like him. I don't like his girl. I don't like him. But I don't listen to his music. None of that. But it just is what it is. I don't think he should be held responsible. Moving on. Okay, so everyone is up in arms about Kevin Samuels and his unfortunate passing, and everyone has something to say. There are a lot of comments like, "Who cares? I don't care. He didn't respect black women, so fuck him." I can understand everyone's point of view. Personally, I didn't dislike Kevin Samuels. He wasn't my favorite person, but I didn't dislike him. I actually thought a lot of what he said was true about black women. I'm a black woman. I'm an overweight black woman. So he would have called me fat. And that's fine. That's fine. He probably would have considered me a 5 or a 6. And that's fine. But his opinion of me doesn't change my opinion of me. So it is what it is. Anyway. So Pastor Jamal Bryant, he's in the news a lot. His name is constantly being thrown around a lot. But anyway, he did a sermon and he talked about Kevin Samuels. And some people liked it, some people didn't. But Omarion for sure didn't. And he had something to say. So let's read it. Omarion says, "It's sad when people can't respect the family after losing a loved one. He's no longer here. Why add insult to injury? What about the people that loved him, like his mom? They gotta see this or hear about it. This is disgusting and whack as fuck. Regardless of his views, he didn't kill nobody. We all need to have more compassion. That's why I don't understand these fake places of worship, respectfully. Now, I agree with Omarion in some of what he's saying. You know, he does have a mom. He has family. And that family is grieving right now. It was a sudden loss. It happened suddenly for hours. No one even knew if it was true or false. For damn near 12 hours. And so his mom found out on social media. And now, you know, somebody that's so controversial, to hear these things about him, it's sad and it's unfortunate. And in the world that we live in, unfortunately, more things like this are going to happen. There's more to come, unfortunately. I get where Omarion is coming from as far as saying, like, this is why he doesn't attend the fake places of worship. And to a certain extent, I agree with him, because I'm not saying that pastors shouldn't talk about, you know, what happens in the world, but I think there's a very thin line to tread, because the goal of being a Christian is to bring people closer to God or Christ, whatever you want to say, to be Christian-like. And pointing out somebody's faults after they're dead, when they can't speak for themselves and they can't change anything that they did, they can't repent, they can't be forgiven, none of that can happen. I think that part of it is wrong. And that is the problem that I have with certain religious situations. Not every church is wrong. Not every pastor is wrong. We're all human. I think that's where a lot of people also get the game fucked up. We're human. All of us. We're all human. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. And so we have to give everybody a little grace. Even people that do things we don't agree with or don't understand or don't like. Unfortunately. Moving on. Also, Brittney Griner has been, her court date for her detention in Russia has been extended by another month. Just in passing news. In case anyone cares. This is fucked up. So fucked up. I'm not saying that the girl was right for vaping in Russia. I ain't saying that. I ain't say that. She shouldn't have been doing that shit. Like, girl, when you overseas, you gotta know the laws of that country. And if you gonna break them, baby, if you do the crime, you need to be prepared to do the time. Moving on. Before we move on, let's just pray for Brittney Griner. I don't know what she's dealing with over there, but it's unfortunate and it's sad. And if it was I'm gonna say it, I don't care. If it was, this is Tell It Like It Is Friday, damn it. Tell it like it fucking is. So I'ma fucking tell it. If it was LeBron James, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, any top player, y'all think she still be over there? If LeBron was over there in Russia, you think he'd still be there? Moving on. Okay. Candace Owens. I don't like her. I don't like her. And I find this story funny as hell. So Candace Owens releases footage of her outside of Patrisse Cullors' home. I don't know if I'm saying that lady's name right or not, but she's the lady who supposedly founded Black Lives Matter. Now, I heard a little rumor. I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that Black Lives Matter were really funded by my palm-colored people. I don't know how true or false this is, but what I do know is I don't necessarily subscribe to the Black Lives Matter, their particular Black Lives Matter situation. I personally like Michi X. If you don't know who that is or you are unfamiliar, please go look her up. She is the truth, and I'm not saying that she is perfect. I ain't saying that I follow her 100%, but what I am saying is I like her message. And I agree with a lot of what she says. All I'm saying, so do your own research and figure out, you know, what you can connect with and what you can't. I'm a very big fan of doing my own research and taking away from it what I can use with all things. So I take away what I want from basically everything. That's how I live my life. I encourage you to do the same moving forward. So Candace Owens is outside of this lady's house, and baby, she done recorded. She did a whole documentary trying to expose Black Lives Matter. So a few weeks ago, it came out that this Patrice lady had bought several homes in California with monies that was raised in support of Black Lives Matter. I don't know how true or false that is. I don't know. But the fact that Candace Owens went to this lady's house is funny as fuck. Because why is your personal house, your personal home, where your family and your family lives, why is it in the Black Lives Matter name? Because how did Candace Owens get this address? It should be that address should be listed with your name if it's your home. If it's a business, then it shouldn't be listed as personal. Like, it's a problem. And you know, unfortunately, I don't really like Candace Owens like that, so I can't really say she's right in what she's doing, but I can understand her wanting to expose the truth or a lie. Candace Owens says she has a full documentary exposing Black Lives Matter, and it's coming out May 23rd. And honey, I want to see it because I need to know if you harassing this lady or if you doing the Lord's work. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, so there is a trans woman who is gearing up to receive a uterus transplant. She wants to potentially have a baby in the future, and so she would like a uterus in order to do that. Excuse me. Up until this point, these transplants have failed, and the women who are attempting to do this have died due to complications. So this is a really big thing in the trans community, and unfortunately, I don't agree. I don't agree with this. And before y'all try to come for me, this has nothing to do with my dislike or love of transgender people, because I actually love transgender people. I am a fan and advocate of LGBTQ, AI+, or whatever letters they're gonna use. I'm a fan of people being who the fuck they are. Love who you love. If you want to put a name to it, put a name to it. But love who you love. If you are a man that loves men, fine. If you're a woman that loves women, fine. If you're a man that wants to be a woman that loves women, fine. I don't care. It's none of my business. Your bedroom is none of my concern. It's none of my business. I don't care. I love people who are themselves. Be who you are. And that's all that matters to me. Now, my issue with this is not, I feel like trans women are trying to be cisgender women or biological women. I am not saying that at all. I don't feel any competition towards any trans woman or any woman really, but I don't feel any competition towards any trans woman in particular because we don't like the same men, baby. The man that I love, the man that I'm with, he don't want you. So there's no competition there. So I don't have any beef. There's no beef. There is no beef. My concern is the likelihood of it being successful. That's my concern. Pregnancy, in my opinion, is something really hard for biological women to successfully go through. And so for me, it's very, it's, I just don't understand, you know, how the bones of this trans woman's pelvis are going to spread naturally, because that's what happens to women during pregnancy, to biological women during pregnancy. Their hips spread. Our bodies produce a larger blood volume to support the uterus, the baby that's growing inside. You know, our ligaments even stretch. That's why a lot of women have issues with their teeth, because they have more blood volume. You know, our breasts get bigger, they enlarge. You know, the milk production process begins. There's a lot of hormones that are also involved. And it's a lot of things that happen during pregnancy that we were designed, our bodies were naturally designed to accompany. And I don't feel like this is safe or smart for transgender women to be a part of. But that is my personal opinion. I'm sorry if it offends, and if you don't like it, let's tussle in the comments with words, of course. Yeah, so that's that. And finally, my last topic. It's not really a topic. I just have a question. So, if you and your partner are together and you're pregnant, you get pregnant, would you be offended if you're a woman? Would you be offended if your partner asked for a DNA test? Jump in the comments. I want to know what y'all think about that. Married or not? If you're married or not, is it a problem for your spouse to ask for a DNA test? I don't think so. Quite honestly, I don't. I don't think that's a problem. I think that if you don't have anything to hide, or, you know, you want to prove whatever, then take the DNA test. There's only two things that can come from a DNA test. Either it is you and that person's child, or it's not. So it's very black and white. There's no gray area. There's no if. That just is what it is. And so I don't know. I can't speak for all women, but me personally, my response is I'm all for it. If you want a DNA test, let's do it. I'm cool with it. I don't have anything to hide. I don't care. And that is not to say that if you refuse to take a DNA test, that you're hiding something. That is just your opinion, but I do want to know what you think. Thoughts? Drop in the comments down below and let's talk about it. I want to tussle with words, of course. Now, if you like this video, you know you need to like it. So I'm gonna give you some time to do that. Let's like this video. Okay. It's a gnat. I don't like that. Now, if you don't like this video, dislike it. And get in the comments. Tell me why. What's your grievance with me, sis? Why you don't like it? What'd I say? And share so that if you feel some kind of way, if you don't like this video, or if you do like this video and you thought it was funny or whatever, share. Give it to your sister, your cousin. Throw it in your group chat. Let's talk about it. And tell your cousin, your sister, your friend, your enemy, everybody to subscribe to my channel. That is the only way that you will be notified every time I upload, and you can come back and kick it with me. And what do you know? Before too long, baby, we're going to be the best of friends. Until next time, Rumorville.